Hey Charles, my name is Jordan, which is kind of annoying this question, but now that LeBron is the all-time leading scorer in NBA history with over 39,000 point careers, also ranking top 5 in assists and still climbing rankings in rebounds, blocks, and steals, all while consistently playing 20 plus seasons at an elite level for an old man, winning 4 championships, 4 MVPs, and making 19 All NBA teams. Who is better, Jordan or LeBron?
You know, those are some incredible stats.
They are.
Those are some incredible stats. I'm never going to say anything bad about LeBron, I told you. I think he's the 3rd best player I've ever seen play after Michael and Kobe.
Why is ring culture so much more prevalent in the NBA than in other sports?
It's funny, I don't know. I don't know why it's discussed so much in our sport and why it's the A-all, B-all of everything.
But you have to really play hard. Does that hurt you physically?
No, because when I play hard all the time. You know, it's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 110% all the time.
A LeBron James superfan confidently walked up to Charles Barkley. Sure, he had the final argument to end the GOAT debate. He had every stat memorized and every achievement ready, acting like the case for LeBron was already settled. He fired off numbers, believing stats alone proved LeBron was the greatest. But Barkley's response flipped the room. He made it clear that this debate can't be decided by spreadsheets alone. The stats-first argument for LeBron starts to fall apart when it's challenged by someone who actually watched both eras in real time. This wasn't Barkley chasing attention or stirring drama. He played against Michael Jordan at his peak and then spent decades watching LeBron up close as an analyst. That perspective is exactly why the debate is still very much alive. He had no reason to lie, no agenda, and nothing to gain by changing what he saw with his own eyes. When Barkley finished speaking, the room completely shifted. Everyone realized there's something stats, charts, and highlight clips can't fully explain. What Barkley said wasn't just facts, it was perspective. The kind that makes you question everything you thought you knew about the debate. The energy flipped, and the room went quiet as it all sank in.
LeBron, I'm not going to say anything bad about him. He didn't go to college for 3 years. You have to factor that in also. He had a 3-year head start on Michael. Okay, since you want me to. So, I'm going to just give a couple of things about, if he wanted to do it fair, he would say, well, how many games did Michael Jordan play compared to LeBron? And actually, if you look at the numbers, Michael actually had 5,000 more points in his career, same number of games. 5,000, which is 2.5 NBA seasons. But you have to factor in, Michael went to college for 3 years. And if you remember, he broke his foot his first year, and he retired for 2 years. So if Michael went to the NBA 3 years sooner, not missed his rookie year with a broken foot, and not retire for 2 years, he would be the all-time leading scorer.
Can I say one thing?
Sure.
Did you ever look at how many shots Michael Jordan took and how many shots LeBron took?
I did not.
Michael
They
Jordan.
were both gunners.
Michael Jordan took way more shots.
Well, that was his job.
You know, it's all about winning championships and winning.
And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Picture it clearly. Barkley is hosting a fan Q&A when a guy walks up to the mic. His name is Jordan, which makes the moment even more ironic. Right away, you can tell this isn't casual. He steps up with courtroom energy, like he's delivering a final, unbeatable argument. The stats start flying fast. Over 40,000 career points. All-time leading scorer. Top 5 in assists. Still climbing in rebounds, steals, and blocks. 22 seasons of elite basketball. For championships. 4 MVPs. 21 All-NBA selections. Each number hits hard, and the crowd starts buzzing, because on paper that resume looks untouchable. How do you argue against the all-time scoring leader who also passes like a point guard? How do you dismiss more than 2 decades of dominance at that level? The fan finishes by challenging Barkley to explain how anyone could possibly compete with those credentials. That's when everything changes. Barkley pauses, gives a look like a teacher about to explain something painfully simple to someone who thinks they've cracked the system. Then comes the twist. Barkley's first words catch everyone off guard because he doesn't disrespect LeBron at all. He praises the stats, calls them incredible, and says LeBron is one of the greatest players he's ever seen. No hesitation, no shade. Then he drops the real point that cracks the debate open. LeBron skipped college and entered the NBA at 18. Michael Jordan spent 3 full years at North Carolina before turning pro. That gave LeBron a 3 to 4 year head start. Every counting stat on LeBron's resume includes thousands of points, rebounds, and assists Jordan never even had the chance to accumulate because he was still in college. That's when Barkley asks a simple question that hits harder than any spreadsheet. If you want a fair comparison, why not look at how many points each player scored in the same number of NBA games? When you line it up that way, Jordan scored about 5,000 more points than LeBron in the same number of games. That's roughly 2.5 full NBA seasons worth of scoring, and Barkley isn't done. He reminds everyone that Jordan broke his foot early in his career and missed almost an entire season. Then later, he walked away from basketball for 2 full seasons to play baseball. Add those years back in, and the picture changes fast. If Jordan had entered the league at 18 like LeBron, never broke his foot, and never left for baseball, Barkley argues he'd be sitting at the top of the all-time scoring list right now. No debate.
So
And let me tell you something. LeBron, we compare him favorable to Magic Johnson. He's a more of a triple threat than Michael was. I'll agree with that. But let me ask you a question. I want you to be honest with me in your heart. If you had one game and you said, I need to win game 7, would you want LeBron, Michael, or Kobe in one game win all?
LeBron.
Okay.
Instead of cheering for LeBron, the room went quiet because the logic was airtight. Once you adjust for extra seasons played, the scoring gap doesn't disappear, it actually flips the other way. That's the part fans usually avoid, but Barkley wasn't done. Another stat came up on Inside the NBA that genuinely shocked him and completely reframed the longevity argument. Jordan had 562 games of 30 or more points in just 15 seasons. LeBron, after 22 seasons, has 559. 7 extra years still weren't enough to pass Jordan in big scoring nights. When Ernie Johnson mentioned it, Barkley's reaction said it all. He called it astonishing. And it makes sense because that one stat punches a hole in the idea that longevity automatically equals greatness. What it really shows is that Jordan operated on a different level night after night. He wasn't just stacking numbers over time. He was dominating games at a rate LeBron hasn't matched. Jordan finished his career averaging 30.1 points per game, the highest in NBA history. LeBron sits at 27.0, which is elite, but not untouchable. Jordan won 10 scoring titles. LeBron has 1. When you line it all up, the all-time scoring record doesn't hit the same anymore. LeBron didn't get there by outscoring Jordan every night. He got there by outlasting him. Smash that like button if this breakdown hit. Subscribe for more real basketball debates, and I'll see you in the next.